Europe is one of the most explored continents in the world. With its history, varied cultures that span thousands of years, tourists flock from all over the world to come and seek enlightenment, cultural absorption, and cool photos for their Instagram. Today, I'm going to tell you precisely how social media is changing Poland forever. Boom! Cześć ludzie, what's up people? Hola, Vigo's dad here, welcome to another episode. First of all, I want to thank Eva, because some weeks ago I asked on my Instagram, on my stories, for you guys to give me some ideas of places where I could go and shoot my first episode now that I am here permanently in Poland. And I said that if eventually I chose the place that you recommended, I will give you a shout out. So Eva, bardzo dziękuję. The Colosseum in Rome, Las Ramblas in Barcelona, the Arc de Triomphe in Paris, or Big Ben in London. These places have become must-see destinations for everyone in the world, basically. People travel, they cross oceans just to go and take a photo in front of this, I guess, iconic places. But why exactly? Have you thought of that? My particular opinion is that many of these places, we kind of grew up seeing them in history books, language books, TV series, documentaries, so they have achieved this iconic status. But in the year 2023, with social media, things are changing very rapidly. In 2004, a platform called MySpace became the first social media platform to reach 1 million subscribers. But it wasn't until the year 2006, with another platform called Facebook, or back then, the Facebook, where social media became a worldwide phenomenon. All of a sudden, you could connect with all of your friends, and also with the friends of your friends, and with the friends of your friends. You get it, you were there. This gave birth to a completely different way for humans to interact with each other. But this also gave birth to other social media platforms, and these days, I don't know, I could not imagine a life without social media, because how could we then keep contact with, I don't know, a third cousin that you would never see ever? But now you can say, hey, congratulations on the birth of your kid. Naturally, everything must be dosified, and we should be aware of the dangers of social media. But it's undeniable, at least to me, of the benefits, and not only the benefits, the change that is bringing on places like Poland. Because I'm gonna be honest, guys, when I was growing up in Dominican Republic, I have no recollection of ever seeing a photo of Poland or any Polish monument in any of the books, and possibly in any of the TV shows or documentaries that would reach us on that side of the world. And how different is it these days? You go on Instagram and you search #Poland. There it is. A whole country unravels in front of your eyes for you to see, to pick your interest and go find out what is there. Never in history has Poland been more on the limelight. The country is constantly being mentioned as some of the top destinations in Europe. Different cities are being added to top 10 or top 5 lists of places that you must see and must visit while on holidays in Europe. And in my very humble opinion, I think that one of the main reasons why this is happening is because of social media. So I've sat down and thought a little bit about a system that I can use to explain why I think social media is changing Poland forever. And I'm gonna call it PINT. Perception, information, novelty, truth. PINT. The first thing is perception. Basically, how is the country perceived by others that have never visited? A lot of people think that Poland is just this place up in the east of Europe, gray, cold. People drink heavily and they have faces like bricks. Maybe there's some truth to that, except for the Eastern Europe part. And in my opinion, I believe that the Polish authorities have not done enough to try to change this perception. Yes, the last 5 years there has been a change, quite a positive one, but before then, I don't think so. Now, don't get me wrong, when it comes to the country's economy, yes, things have changed tremendously, and I think it's not a secret anymore that Poland is becoming such a strong economy. But guys, economy isn't everything. Actually, these days, the way that you portray something, the way that you play the narrative makes a very, very big difference. If you don't believe me, look at Italy, look at Greece, places that are struggling financially quite a bit, but because of the fame that they have created for themselves, of course, deservingly so, based on their history, it has kept them afloat. That and possibly European Union also, but it's undeniable. People still want to go to Italy. They still want to go on vacation in Greece. And that is because you know about these places. You have seen them in books, movies, and now you also want to experience it with your own eyes. It's the celebrity effect, isn't it? You see a famous person on TV, on YouTube, whatever, and then you build this idea of who they are and how they look in real life. And the same thing happens to inanimate objects, to countries, to monuments. You see them enough through the screen on your phone, and then you start building this idea of how it would be like to step a foot in this place. So perception changes everything. Number 2, information. What information you possess about a certain country, a certain place. Like I mentioned before, Colosseum in Rome or Eiffel Tower. We have a lot of information. We have a lot of things that are taught to us in school or in university. So that builds an idea. It creates a relationship between you and the place. You understand the history, you understand some of the major players that took part in building the history of that place. But when it comes to information, it's not only your teachers and history book. Now we have a new way to absorb information. Television, Netflix. There are actually many Polish shows on Netflix and people are discovering it from all over the world. I have colleagues in Dominican Republic telling me that they saw a Polish film that was amazing, or they saw a Polish series like High Water that blew their minds, and now all of a sudden they are interested. They want to go and they want to see, hey, what happened in that place? Because of course now they have information. Now they have developed a connection to this place. You can see a beautiful sculpture just in some random park and you don't think anything about it. You go, oh, that's a well-made sculpture. But then somehow, some way, someone told you that, oh, that picture that you took of that monument, that is impressive. Do you know what's the history of that? And then they tell you and you go like, wow, think about it. The pyramids of Egypt. If you did not know about the history of the pyramids, if you had not seen countless documentaries and theories, why were they built, who built them, to be honest, they're just rocks stuck one on top of each other. They look cool because they have this pyramid shape, but it's the information that you have about these places that literally make or break the experience and make you want to go there, book a flight, spend your money, and at all costs, go and take a photo and share it with your friends on your Instagram. The next one is very important. That is novelty, because not everyone has not had the pleasure to visit Europe. There are people that have been to Europe multiple times and they already know Spain, they know France, they know Portugal, they know Greece, they know Italy. And they are searching for something else. They want to discover something new. And then that's where a place like Poland has so much to offer. It's very novel, it's very different from everything that they have seen so far. Because let's face it, if you go to Spain, if you go to Portugal, if you go to a lot of the Western, Southern Europe countries, they have their own vibe. They have a Mediterranean vibe, but they don't have the Slavic sensibilities that a place like Poland has. And social media is the perfect place to highlight many of these characteristics that cultures such as the Polish culture has to a wider group of people. For example, you've eaten enough paellas and moussakas, pizzas, pasta, I don't know, fish and chips, but have you tried pierogi? Have you tried żurek? Even to an experienced traveler, if they have not been to a country like Poland, they probably have never experienced this taste, this type of cuisine. So the novelty factor is a very, very crucial one when it comes to being able to entice new people to explore your country, our country, because there's so much to see and there's so much that the world doesn't know about Poland. Last thing is truth. Is it real? That video you saw, that YouTube short or that TikTok of that place, when you went there, what did you encounter? Was it exactly what you envisioned? All these Instagram reels with places that looks like paradise, in the water is transparent and blue, and then you go there and it's overcrowded, the water is murky, and it's just not what you thought it would be. As much as I want to say that social media serves its purpose and has a lot of benefits, also it has a dark side. Are the places that you discover in social media exactly the way they have been shown to you? For example, this video, I'm using color correction, or on an Instagram story, I have a filter because I like the colors, but can you really see all my wrinkles? Can you really see all my marks on my face? Maybe if you meet me in person, I will disappoint you. So we have to be very careful and make sure that whenever we are promoting something, a place, we're selling something, that we are telling the truth, because the integrity of that place will be questioned. But I believe that that's something that Poland, at least for now, is not gonna have much trouble with, because if there is something this country has, it's that it is undoubtedly, unquestionably, unapologetically Poland, whether you like it or not. Boom! That's all, guys. That's the end of the episode. I hope you liked it. It's been very inspiring for me to make this episode, because as a content creator myself, making videos on YouTube or on Instagram, which, by the way, let me ask you, how did you discover my content? Were you following me on YouTube, or did you discover me on Instagram and then you came over here? Please let me know in the comment box below. As a person that lives here in this country and uses tools such as social media to make content, I think we have a responsibility. It's up to us. You, if you have a phone, if you have Instagram, if you have a TikTok, you can always create some sort of content that will reach potentially millions of people and will help them discover this curiosity towards a place like Poland. This country is changing drastically and very rapidly. And once again, I think it's because of social media. Guys, see you on the next episode. Pa-pa.